but Moneyman, you feel me? We're gonna talk about Moneyman. Y'all know what Moneyman is?
Yeah, I know Moneyman.
You know what Moneyman is? Goofy guy?
Nah.
He just dropped a nice popular song with Lil Baby. Once again, Lil Baby can't miss, called 24.
That song was hard.
Hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? But Moneyman, you know, he tweeted out the other day, he said, most of these so-called street niggas is the ones that end up snitching. Never fails. Facts, fiction, how y'all feel about that?
I mean, he ain't lying. They ain't doing all that talking. Then they go in that room. They get that little Popeyes meal and they start going their lips.
No, shout out to Jeremiah Phillips, man. Snitching for some chicken. You feel me? Oh, man, this nigga crazy. Hey, how I feel about it is, niggas, when it comes to street niggas, right? Every nigga want to be the toughest, gangsterest nigga in the world. But come on, man. I'm not saying y'all niggas is Tekashi, but like, come on, son. Y'all think y'all the hardest. That's why y'all have other niggas do that shit. You a real street nigga, you gonna hold that time? Go do that 30 years because your career is done. Everyone think they can be Bobby Shmurda out here. And man, hopefully Bobby comes home soon, but he's not coming home till literally when he gets out in November 2021. They denied his bail, but you know, don't even worry about that video up right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, y'all niggas, y'all street niggas be, listen, I actively know niggas right now that would tell the police on some shit, and they would have every excuse in the world why they had to. Every excuse. But if you a street nigga, you handle shit in the streets. Police catch you, keep quiet. You feel me? I can see some artists in the game right now that seem like they would never fold, but I can see some artists in the game right now that pressure come. I'm telling you, when niggas start talking 10 plus years, especially when they start getting to life, niggas be in that motherfucker like, I ain't saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing, but like, you know, if you can find out what happened, you feel me? That's on you. I ain't no snitch ass nigga. If I gotta do the 30 years, I mean, my career is already up right then and there. Like, I mean, prime example. I'm not even gonna talk about Tekashi. I'm gonna talk about TK. Fuck a beat, I was trying to be the case. No, it's the fuck a beat, I was trying to be the case, but I ain't beat that case, bitch, I did the race. That nigga held it down until every other one of those niggas on there became his co-defendant. And they put it all on that nigga. He took no deal. He held down, kept it solid, and he was like, bro, that shit went on me. Because they start putting that, when everyone turns on you, now you have no choice but to start talking. Because now it's 6 niggas versus you. You have to start talking. But it was too late. This nigga's doing, what you doing, 50? And he still have another case coming up. It's over.
So which incentive mine would be like?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they would say
the nigga was like
sentences.
like 17, 18. I mean, he in Texas. They got the death penalty on him.
I mean, it's culture. It's music. It's a number of things to me that play into this whole mentality. Because I feel like if you ain't got real ones around you, like even with Tekashi, yeah, there were real ones around him. But
they ain't make him real. They didn't know that nigga for a dime, though.
Right, but what I'm saying is, even with that, do you fault Tekashi for that? Do you fault them?
I fault Tekashi for pretending to be a street nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's like on some Slim Jesus type shit.
The perfect example is, I think everyone in this room done seen CB4. With Chris Rock pretending to be the gangster, the rapper. Yeah. Come nigga, stop. Because when shit go left,
well, this one,
niggas get the, bro, listen, my name is such and such. I never done this. I'm sorry. I was confused, put in a bad situation. So, I'll tell you this. Niggas love New Jack City.
I do love New Jack City.
At the end of that fucking movie, before Wesley Snipes got shot, that nigga said, and I quote, I'm not the only nigga going down here. He was walking in that motherfucker proud. I'm finna tell on all you motherfuckers. And then got killed.
Hell, paid in full.
Yep.
Technically, old boy did snitch.
Technically, he did snitch.
I mean, listen, all gangster movies, there's an element of snitching. I mean, and to be...
Fuck Training Day. Denzel Washington was definitely gonna snitch. He just, the Russians just, you know... He wasn't even gonna make it that
The
far.
Godfather.
They just tell you in life it's always gonna end with a snitch.
Everybody wants to be the Godfather. Everybody wants to be that nigga calling the shots and all that shit, moving like a mafia. That's why in hip hop culture we a mob, we a mafia. We move like the Russians and we move like the Italians. Mm-hmm. But remember, a lot of those real motherfuckers, they did 30.
Facts.
And they getting out now in their 60s and 70s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. They did it.
They did.
They stood down on it. But their enforcers, like Sammy the Bull and all of them motherfuckers, them niggas told and was beating like 19 fucking killings and all that shit. Because at the end of the day, when the government wants somebody, they gonna get that motherfucker. They don't care what they gotta do. Not many people beat the government.
Because the reality
it's a 98 conviction rate.
And what people don't understand is too is everybody thinks like, oh, we just want the murder. That's not really
That's not
true.
the case.
That's not. You know how many murders are happening right? I mean, I'm not trying to say it to glorify, but you know how many murders are happening right now?
That won't get solved.
Unless
you got a nigga, when you bring a nigga in the room. We all watched First 48. We knew a nigga, he didn't go to school with us, but we knew a nigga that was on that motherfucker. He actively snitched. He was all, I'm super big blood, I'm out here. This nigga, man, they brought that nigga in the room, started talking to him, and the nigga was like, it wasn't me. I'm telling you it wasn't me. It was such and such. You feel me? And you see the camera like, he's sitting in there like, bro, it wasn't me. And we all look at shit, bro, is that... this bitch ass nigga folded. But you know what? He folded because he knew he was going to do 15. And that nigga thought about that shit, like, bro, I got a life. Because when it come down to who gonna snitch and who ain't gonna snitch, niggas be like, who life is more important? Yours or everybody else? And most niggas gonna choose themselves. So for Moneyman, what he said, it's half and half of me. Because it's real niggas that's gonna do it. And there's a lot of fake niggas out here pretending.
There's definitely that. I mean, right now, the best example of real.
I think like 40% of these new rappers will definitely fold. As much as they talking these shits that they not gonna fold, they'll fold.
I think everything coming out of Chicago right now and New York,
them niggas don't seem like they're gonna fold at all.
No, that everything right there. If you're talking about today's gangster music, and as far as a street code, looking at. Because let's just keep this a buck. And I know some West Coast people, if y'all see this, y'all gonna get mad. Y'all been taking some L's. Atlanta, we been taking some L's. Your favorite rapper. Y'all know him as the king. He did snitch. Whether he likes to admit it or not, hey man.
You know, Ebro been going back and forth with that nigga and constantly getting on that nigga head. Not Ebro, my fault. Funk Flex. He does not fuck with that nigga T.I. because he's like, bro, you know you a snitch. Oh, now, when he joined the bandwagon saying, you're just like Tekashi?
Crime Watchers or some shit?
He was on Crime Watching. Gunna was on.
It wasn't even, but that's the funny thing. Listen, the Crime Watchers one wasn't the problem. It's what he did in court. That was the problem. People keep skipping over this.
This is the thing right
That was a commercial.
This is the thing right
It was a bad.
When it comes to these type of situations, no one can actively point out that you snitched. No one, come on now. The only person that you know actively on camera snitching is fucking Tekashi. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing about it is when these cases come up in your time.
I mean, shit, they said 50 snitch.
That's a fact. That's actual facts right there. But 50 just makes he can turn every argument around. But it's like with T.I. and in the extent Lil Wayne. When you getting caught with all of this shit or whatever going on, and you doing a year. Doesn't make sense. Now, we're not saying that you snitch, but it just don't look right. You may do everything in your power to get out of that, but come on, a year? Because any regular nigga, they're gone. You feel me? But you got money, status, power, and stuff like that. But I feel like Moneyman, it's a half and half. But if you a snitch, I guess, if you a snitch, you in hip-hop, you don't want nobody to know about that shit. So, just keep it to yourself. But don't die trying to be a real street nigga either. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Don't let your pride get too high.
Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't let your pride get too high, and don't be looking over here saying, bro, I'm willing to do this 100. Now, 100 is excessive, but I don't think niggas want to hear they get life in prison. Look at Tay-K.
You know how many niggas just look when they hear that shit?
Tay-K got like 50, and he was 17.
Being a real one.
for being a real one, and everyone turned on him, and he's still fighting another charge right now. You're not appealing that. Your career is over.
And that,
Your life is prison life now.
And then people will look at him crazy if the man decided tomorrow, hey, I want to take my life. I mean, can you be mad at him?
Look at all back in the 80s. No, you can't be mad. Every big drug dealer from the 80s, they either died or went to prison, right?
Right.
They all got out 50, 60, 70, and even mobsters and mob bosses, they went there and they getting out when they're very old. And when they come out here and they talk about this shit, and they ask them, do you regret it or whatever the case is? They all say the same thing. I regret it. Some of them say, I do regret it, but I stand on what I believe in. When it comes to the mafia, they stand on what they believe in. The mob, they regret it, but they got a different type of...
They got a different type of...
Because they're literally like, this is a family. This is blood in, blood out. You feel me? That's how they feel about
they regret that shit. But
and I mean, that's one of the reasons why, like, even with gangs, and you look at, like, GDs, BDs, Vice Lords, any Chicago gang, because they were
not just Chicago, even West Coast gangs, because niggas will snitch on Bloods, Crips.
Well, my point with the Chicago stuff is because they had so many ties of seeing how the mafia moved. That's why, like, from the 90s to the 2000s, Chicago gangs moved different than most other gangs.
Yeah,
they were thinking out. That's why it was imperative for them to bust those guys down.
Yeah,
because their mindset,
it was moving like the Black Panthers and all of
that.
Yeah,
and so it's easy right now. That's why nobody's
all about money.
Think about it. Nobody's really cracking down on what's going on.
I've never
right
seen
now,
niggas
Chicago.
Constantly get caught with gun cases and keep getting out.
Bro, it makes
but Chicago is a different breed.
Yeah, they got different shit going on.
But, you know, we talk about Chicago a lot. But I just, like, Moneyman, you a half of me. I don't believe half of these quote-unquote street niggas is just super street niggas. Because when you start telling niggas you got life, now you a regular civilian.
Like I said.
Niggas ain't even trying to do 3 years. And they'll snitch on
Listen, man. If drill music is going to be the new gangster rap, then look no further than New York and Chicago. Those guys are out here doing this. And it's people speaking
once again,
the streets is speaking for these guys.
Those two are just different examples. Like them niggas really seem like they get down like that.
I mean, but so far has anybody been exposed?
Nah, they never been exposed.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's been exposed.
Example.
There's been no secrets coming up saying, yeah, this guy really wasn't with the business. None of that. What I'm saying is, as far as this generation of gangster rap, this is where we're gonna look back on this moment and say, this was the height of it.
Yeah,
because of what's going on.
I can say that. Late 10s, all the way up to the 20s.
Yeah, we're gonna say right now, this is the height of it. 2 years ago, couldn't say it.
All right.